Hello dear students, welcome to the today's solution of biology assignment 3. I hope so. It would be better for easy understanding of biology assignment 3 here. Given accordingly, since you are the student of English version, it is needed to understood of something, and you have the experience of first two assignment. Already you have done, I hope so. And the third assignment, it will be easy learning if we understand the assignment. If it will be very tough if it is not understood by us. By the way, very first time I think everyone got the assignment, and there are lots of instruction is given, and very first time I can say the first instruction is you must go through the page number 71, 72, 74 to 75 on that way. That means your assignment topics, first one given to going through the 71 and 72. There is an experiment. I think you understood the experiment, because in the time of learning we already going through that experiment. The experiment say experiment to show the necessity of light in the process of photosynthesis, and how can we ensure that necessity of light is needed to conduct the photosynthesis process in an experiment. We will go through. There is a lots of instruction is given there. Once again, we already know about that one, that how can we going through this experiment. You must go through that one, and that was given in that experiment, what the requirement to follow, what the procedure, how can it bend up, or we use a black paper or sheet is making with the leaves, other all part will be dried up. That means we already going through that experiment. Our assignment topics is not this one, but when you will going through that one, that way that will be better for easy understanding. Okay, so experiment number, page number 71, it is given an experiment here, and then going through the 72 page, 74 and 75. Another experiment in the 72 page is given in your book. Experiment to show necessity of chlorophyll in presence of photosynthesis. So what is the necessity of chlorophyll in presence of photosynthesis? There is another experiment is given there, how we can conduct the experiment. You will go through that one. Then 75 and 76 page, it is somehow given electron transport system of respiration and the factors affecting on the respiration, 74 and 75 page, and on that way it is needed for doing the photosynthesis, biology assignment. By the way, now it is the time to going through directly the assignment, because the lots of instruction and criterion, how can you going through about, you know already. The second point or instruction given, to do the experiment you have to collect some important requirements, that is given the transparent glass, taking glass, and or you can take it any transparent pot also. And you can take a stopwatch. It is better if it is not a stopwatch, just normal watch can also be taken by you for having the experiment. There is the vinegar to collect from there, the vinegar, and next onwards, wait a bit, just a minute. Okay, sorry for interruption. Then after you can take the lemon extract for that experiment or requirements on there. Then you can take, if it is detergent, okay, better. If there is no detergent, you will take the normal soap, then pure water or distilled water to take in there, and different aquatic plant, likely that the kolmishak, helencha, spinac, then water hyacinth or hydrilla plant. This is the needed or requirement. What is the requirement in the assignment? It is given, I just tell you very first way. Third one, there is a two chart of us, that two chart. and you must mention that two chart in your copy. And what should we do? It is given in the first one, first chart. You can see the A1 is given in here. Directly we will take a plant or immersed plant in water, in distilled water, in presence of direct sunlight. Okay, we will take immersed plant in the water in presence of direct sunlight, A1 to do. Then we can take the plant, immersed plant in the water in case of the shady places. First one we will go through on that way. And the counting of bubbles, how many bubbles are created on there, this is the way. But if I discuss by orally, it will be not easily understood. So which chart we will follow to maintain? Directly I will go through the there. You will just keep it in you here, directly the answer, and then I will go through easily, easiest way to make you understand in details. Okay, this one and these three chart will be on there. It is the factor, mention here the factors, then factors or catalyst you can write, but factors is better for writing. The number of bubbles per minute to observe, number of bubbles per minute. Then reason of creating bubbles or not. Reason of creating bubbles or not to show in a difference. In difference. I told you when I make you here the translated copy in the English version I have written, when I gave you the total chart on there, what was on there, I tell you that the experimental issues directly on have to finding on a specific case or a specific point of view. Last of all, there I gave it the list, reason of difference or not on the number of bubbles, or you can find out reason of creating bubbles or not to show in difference or you can write or finding the reason of creating bubbles or not. Okay, what is the difference? We have written here reason of difference or not on the number of bubbles. In the finding on going through is this one, reason of creating bubbles or not to show in difference. Okay, that one in this way, look at here. Then after the chart, what is the chart? First one, it is given effects of factor A. Effects of factor A. What is the factor is given in this case? We don't know yet what is the assignment is going through in this one, but we will try to understand. A1 immersed plant in water in presence of sunlight. Okay, first one. Later second one is A2 is told here, immersed plant in water in presence of or in the shady place. I will talk to you about the first 2 points at first. The chart will be, since I have not enough space here to make you explanation, so 2 I will erase. You will make a chart, full chart, what is given in the assignment. Okay, then look at here, the chart will be in this way to complete. Okay, that way, and this way, and other point will be written in below. Directly if I go through the answer of the A, it is given the number of all the, here 2, A1, A2, you can see in the question, B1, B2 also be there, then also C1, C2 also be there, also in there. So what will we go through? To counting the number of bubbles per minute. That means we need to go through the experiment, in which way, with the help of the book, or what way we will go through that experiment. We already take a plant, immersed plant in the water. That means in the water we can make sure immersed on that plant under the water in presence of sunlight. We keep it in the sunlight. Immersed plant in water in the shady place. We take the 2 plant. First 2 experiment is going through, and we will find out the factors A, effect of factors A. What is the effects of factors A? We keep it in there in presence of sunlight and in the shady place. 2 pot we take it there, and that will be the glass pot. It is better. Transparent pot, it is more better. Okay, fine. We keep it these 2, one in presence of sunlight, one in the shady place. Then after we will count the number, but there is an instruction given, yes, per minute it is counting in there. We will find out a sunny day. That means sunlight is available, but nowadays it is very tough to get the available of sunlight if you want to go through the experiment. And per minute we will count the number of bubbles. Is there any bubbles? Because there is a chemical change in there, and the physiological functional activities is going through on that experiment in 2 places. So number of bubbles to count. Already when I got the experiment, when I counting on there, the experiment we already find, and last time yesterday at the just 4:30 or like, then after I did experiment somehow, not full time I conduct, because the sunlight is not much what we demand for this experiment, but I get some information from there, and I will write accordingly. Yes. Then I got the 3 first minute I count. Suppose I already counted, though it is not properly done. First minute it is 28 bubbles I got. Your answer is started from here. Second minute, number of per minute, 3 minutes, then I write the average on there. Second minute I got the 31 bubbles. Third minutes I count the bubbles on there, 29 bubbles, and totally divided by 3 accordingly. So number of bubbles, it is according to the instruction, first 3 minutes to count the bubble number, and with on average to find out the number of bubbles. This box to write up in there, this box, and this one will be the answer of A. This one will be the answer of A. So what is the average number of counting in there? 28, 29 and 31. Okay, I have a calculator. I calculate that one.
Sir, 68.
60, sorry?
68 bubbles per minute average.
Average 68, how 68? Divided by 3, 28 plus 31 plus 29 divided by 3. It is 29.33. Yes, yes. 29.33. Look at here, it is my experiment.
Sir, is it possible for to give point in bubbles?
It is just on average. When you will count, there is not point when you will count on average. But I tell you, you will take the integer number. So on that, what the number you take, I don't know yet. But what I take, I observe that one, I write this one. You will better to find out. sometimes today's morning same thing experiment, though I yesterday make to your assignment to complete, so that yesterday I did, but today's morning I count per minute, very first minute I got the 55 bubbles. It can be on you, because I just give you a sample. You will do by your own sense. Just immerse a plant in the water and keep it in the sun, and immersed water in the plant and keep it in the shady place and count. Just wait, within short time you count a minute, a stopwatch to watch, check out on there and counting the number. Today's morning I see it can be 70, more than 70 also. Bubble per minute, bubble you can see lightly that on there. So yesterday's experiment I show it here, but you will do thyself, so you can easily counting that number. It is just for my experimental views I counted, and I write and keep it a photograph, so that to write in there. Immerse plant in water in the shady place. On that time I got shady place bubble number. First one I got the 19, second one I got the 19, and third one I got the 20. Sorry, 22. I got the 22. And in general, what we get? 20. Number of bubbles 20. First one complete. And it is the answer number A. Answer number A. What is the instruction in answer number A is given? Look at here. All the box, you will draw a box likely that, counting the number of bubbles. First one is the counting the number of bubbles. And the instruction is going through there. I got once again the question. Okay, that one, counting the number of bubbles. Very first one, counting the number of bubbles. This one will be in the right side. How will you write on there? The experiment to do on there, and if you complete the 6 boxes with this way, though I draw a first 2 box, second 2 box I will draw now, third 2 box, but in a box you can write in a chart first A number answer, just number of bubbles to count in here. That means A number answer, it will be first one gone, second one we will go through. Second box is given on there. What is the given part in the second box? Okay, look at here. B1 and B2, I have not enough space, so I erase, but you will not erase, you will go through next onward in the same box. Same way you will draw the box what in the assignment given. So first question answer, to find out the number of bubbles. Okay, second part, B1 is say. Next onwards, B1 to say in here. And here effects of factor B in there. Immerse plant in water at room temperature. Immerse plant in water at room temperature. Very interesting. Room temperature. Okay. And B2 is given in there. Immerse plant in tepid water. Immersed plant in tepid water. Look at here. Sometime the Bengali version question when translated in English, there are many synonyms. When I gave it in the before, if you completed that one, that is also correct. But I tell you, government sent the English version, and at the very ending moment, why it is very ending moment I don't know, since if it is have chance to go through, check out in the education board. So that times I told you, okay, if it is needed to 1 or 2 change, you can make sure to change on that way or that time. But what we have done here, it is not wrong. If you write, since we will check the copies and we know about that, the synonymous word or main theme is the calculation. What is the calculation, we find out accordingly. That is the matter. So you will get the full of conception, and if it is the according to if there is any synonymous term is used on the specific cases, then within short time I will try to collect the board one and send you. If it is possible, then after you can use this term. But the calculation in which way the assignment to do, the main conception is very important to you. Then after, tepid water. Tepid water is tell in Bengali kushum gorom pani. Likely some slightly hot water. I can write the slightly hot water, but I have written the synonymous. The tepid water means it is the slightly hot water, or in Bengali it is the kushum gorom pani. Likely that. Which term it is used for that one, it is the waiting for us, and we can see on there. So what should we do in this time? The number of bubbles what I get in this experiment, in the second case, I got the result on there. 3, I will mention that one, because the many of the student I have seen there, they directly write the numbers. They directly 60 to 70 bubbles, 70 to 80 bubbles, first one. But according to the instruction, you will observe the 3 experiment, 3 observation, and with having the average on that one and counting the numbers. And better to skip the decimal, because those count that number, so we skip up the decimal numbers. Since what I have got, you can change somehow or something to going through. I got the experiment in last days, because if I don't do the experiment and I tell you just imaginary thing, something like that, it will be very tough to understand, and it will be just for make you memorizing. Beside then it is not okay. Okay, I got the first one 20, second one I got the 24, and last one I got the 25 bubbles, and in average in there 23 bubbles. It can be increased, it can be 46 also. What you get? This is the experiment. When I keep immersed plant in the water at room temperature, counting the bubble number is found in 20, 24 or 25, likely that, and it is the 23 on there. And second one I got on there, first time I got the 15, then I got the 16, then I got 17, 15, 16 and 17. Okay, then what is that number? 16, average 16. First A number answer, number of bubbles to count. In which way? The number of bubbles to count in which way, I just tell you this one. So it is the B number, factors, but it is not the separate chart, it is a chart. It is a full of the chart and given one by one. You will write on there. Since I have not enough space, I didn't write in below. That one I erase and write. So in case of the C, the answer number A, we are in there. C1, what is given in there, we will go through. I think you got the experimental issues and easy understanding of biology assignment. English version student always face like that kinds of problems. Okay, the third one, what the experimental issues is given. What the question, where is the question? I just search out the question. Okay, full or half spoon water, half spoon vinegar, full or half spoon vinegar, half spoon vinegar, or lemon extract, you can get anything, lemon extract mixed with immersed plant in water. In water, this is the C1 we got. Then the C2, it will be on there, full or half spoon detergent, full or half spoon detergent mixed with immersed plant in water. immersed plant in water. So what is the experimental findings I got from there? Experimental findings. The third one I got very roughly, I got this one. I got in case of there 11, then 13, then 12. And the experimental issues is going through 12, number of 12. It can be varied. So do all the assignment will not be same, but the student have got the idea from there and do the experiment. Just keep it that one with doing that experiment and counting the numbers, number of bubbles, and put out in there. Not copyright. What I have done here, if you copyright there, all students do the same things. It is not expected from the authority. Okay, and full or half spoon of detergent, it is very few number I got. First one 3, then 7, then 8. That means number of bubbles I got it in 6 in there. So this is the list, and one list, it will be the one list to findings and the number of bubbles to finding, because in the assignment it is given to tell here to go through 6 experimental chart, make it acceptable things with fill up the instruction with the instruction the number of bubbles counting in here. This is number A. If you fill up this one very first way, that times your full number will be counted. A number is completed. Number B. Yes, what is the comparative study? Creating bubbles or not? Comparative study, reason of creating bubbles or not? To show indifference. Difference means not the difference chart. Why it is creating bubble or not? The first experiment is creating bubble or not? If it is creating bubble, why, and why it is not, or why not? To findings. The second chart will be as like as the same one. This time this box will be erased out. You will write same box, you will draw up on there, and you will write the reason. You will write the reason in here, reason of creating bubble or not, why it is creating bubble or not creating bubble. That is the reason for that one. By the way, now since I have written here the full or half spoon of vinegar of lemon, again we will go through the factors. Effect of factor A very first time. Effect of factor A. This box I erase. Erase means you will write again the same box. Again the same box here. You will write once again you will going through the same box here. A, that means you will write the point of A1, whatever I have written in there, then it will be the A2. So what is the, this box will be not used this time because it is used for A number question answer. When it will be in the B number question answer, what should we write in this case? Reason of creating bubbles or not? Or why reasons of creating bubbles or not, and its difference. Difference means, showing difference means why in presence of sunlight creating more bubbles, why in presence of shady place the number of bubbles is less amount. It is the question. So it is detailed in writing. You will write this box, I will write something for that one. So light is very, I write the point, light is very important factors in case of photosynthesis. I write in there. This box you will write accordingly. Photosynthesis. So to produce carbohydrate hydrate, light is needed along with carbon dioxide and water. Carbon dioxide and water. Okay. Then in that box you will write, so that the box this way, when in the you will write the answer of B, that means box will be in better, it can concise in this way and make it a better and bigger box. Since to write that points, I finding some points accordingly. Okay. According to A1, what in presence of sunlight, A1, I kept a plant immersed in water. I kept a plant immersed in water and for 1 hour, counting the number of bubbles, what the number of bubbles we got in there, 29 point something or likely that 29, or what we get in first one, the number of bubbles to count in there, first one, that number you will write in this way. And other side, in other side, in case of shady place, the number of bubbles you will write the number of bubbles on there. Okay, because the reason, what is the reason on there? In the live it is watch out the lower part what I have written. Oh, in the Zoom it is seen properly, but in the live it is not seen or visible properly. I think now it is okay, it would be okay. Just a minute. In the live, who watch out, it is better to see in there. Yes, number of bubbles number you will count on there that way. And you see the another mobile, it is the Zoom mobile who are watching live in there. By the way, I will just keep it in side. Just a minute. I set up that one. Okay, now I think it will be visible for everyone. Okay. Yes. So who watch out the live here, you can easily see the class properly now. Yes. Okay, sorry for taking some couple of times. In case of shady place, number of bubbles you will write, reason, then after you will write, but I have not enough space, I write in here reason, because then after it is the box number A1 and A2 effects of factor A. Because of rate of photosynthesis increase in presence of sunlight. Okay. In presence of sunlight, this time bubbles created more. I have written very short way, dear student, very small writings. If you don't understand, please don't hesitate for ask me. but because the assignment is not in a word or two word, I make sure this one for long. This time bubble created more
Sir,
to produce
write the separate chart.
separate chart. I tell you, yes, it is to write in the separate chart. First chart, only number of bubbles chart, this box will be blank. Second chart, bubble box will be blank, this box will be fill up. The reason of finding. First chart, number of bubbles for A, and B number answer on that time, the reason of findings. Okay. Okay, so created more to produce oxygen. Though I have written very smallest letter, I will read once again in there. You can write more also then. Light is very important factor in case of photosynthesis, we know. To produce carbohydrate, light is needed along with the carbon dioxide and water. According to A1, I kept a plant immersed in water for 1 hour, counting the number of bubbles 29. In other side, in case of shady place, number of bubbles number you will write what we find out on there. And then because of rate of photosynthesis increase in presence of sunlight, this time bubble created more to produce oxygen. Bubble created more to produce oxygen.